When I first started working with resin, pigments were one of the things I wanted to understand properly. Because inside resin, every pigment behaves differently. Some create shimmer, some create coverage, some stay transparent, and some move completely differently once they're poured. So in this video, I'll take you through the main pigment types, how they behave, and how to choose the right one for the result you want. Mica is a fine powder that creates shimmer and reflection. It's often used when you want softness, depth, or more refined finish. A small amount can keep the resin slightly transparent with a soft glow. As you add more, the color becomes heavier and more opaque. This is why mica is often used in resin pieces where you want depth, movement, and a luxury finish. Chameleon pigments are also powder pigments, but they react differently under light. Instead of showing one fixed color, they shift depending on angle and reflection. As the piece moves, the color changes. This creates depth and variation without needing many colors in the mix. Chameleon pigments are often used for dramatic highlights and resin pieces where you want the color to feel more alive under the light. Pigment paste is thicker, stronger, and more concentrated. It is usually used when you want a solid opaque color. And this is what makes paste useful for base layers, stronger contrast, and clean color separation. Lustre paste still gives coverage, but it also adds a slight reflective finish. Unlike mica, the reflection feels more solid and concentrated inside the resin. So even though mica and lustre reflect light, they don't give the same result. Lustre paste feels denser and more opaque. It's often used when you want a stronger metallic presence while still keeping some reflection in the piece. Metallic paste creates a bolder and more dramatic reflective finish. Compared to mica, metallic paste feels more solid and controlled, rather than soft and flowing. And even if both are gold, they still give a different result. Metallic mica feels lighter and more reflective. Metallic paste feels stronger and more solid. This is why they are often used for bold lines and stronger visual separation in a design. Transparent resin dye is used to tint the resin while keeping it see-through. It creates depth, clarity, and a glass-like effect. This makes it great for layered transparency and resin pieces where you want depth inside the pour. Opaque liquid pigment creates a more solid color, but it is usually softer than pigment paste. Liquid does not always mean transparent. Alcohol ink behaves differently from resin dye. Resin dye tints the resin more evenly. Alcohol ink moves, spreads, and reacts. This is why it's often used for organic patterns and flowing effects. It can create beautiful movement, but it needs control. When choosing a pigment, don't start with the color. Start with the results you want. If you want transparency, choose resin dye. If you want shimmer and depth, choose mica. If you want strong solid color and separation, choose paste. If you want movement, use alcohol ink carefully. If you want color shift under light, use chameleon pigment. The better question is not what color do I like, it's what do I want this resin to do. Before your next pour, don't only choose a color, choose how you want the color to behave in the resin.